I forgot to clear my throat before the cast. The 4th of March. March the 4th, 2020. AD/CE, allegedly. I'll just get myself some aqua and we will begin. I shall say this only once. That's better. All right, so yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime you for a future cast. There's another live podcast to follow. I am not going to reveal too much here. I'm not trying to wind anybody up. It's massive. There's lots. All right. So if you're not smiling, you are allowed to start smiling. We have to get with brother Kevin, and bearing in mind it's Wednesday today, as soon as possible. And Kev and I have both got some work on. Workload is high, personal, private, sensitive, etc. That realm. I've had a claim put in against my driver and personal injury to deal with, and Kev's got some admin to do with his own. So we are going to get in touch with, I believe, or I'm going to get in touch with a brother called Alan very shortly, and a brother called Chris and a sister called Holly. Then I will dedicate tomorrow afternoon to tying up all loose ends. I am available tomorrow, so I'll go and check emails, notifications, WhatsApp, YouTube, the .com, everywhere and anywhere will be updated tomorrow afternoon. So if you're waiting for a response, some information, reply, you'll get that tomorrow. We are quite active, I have noticed, so thank you all for what you're doing, for caring, for sharing, helping us to help you. It is a circle and it's working. It's getting very, very exciting, to say the least. So what's the news? Why am I here? What am I telling you? We'll get Kev at an earliest opportunity, and then we will bring to you all of the updates, revelations. Case in point is where we're going to be going. It's going to be quite articulate and quite concise. You will need to be sat down, and you will need to I don't know if you'll be able to stop yourself smiling. It's not going to affect everybody directly, but indirectly this is more than what we could have asked for. I know this year is going to be a big year. It's written in the stars about 2020 and the nuclear vision that is coming, rivaling the new world orderage of. So we got a nuclear vision and we've got a new world order simultaneously in this paradigm. And what we have done so far in the last what is it, 650 videos on here across 2 to 3 years. The foundation trust established in November 15. I've done research since it's got to be 2000, but then intensively since I was in a court judicial battle for access for my property that I had sired from my loins, my assets, my sons. 15 to 10 years, and then obviously the trust equity within the last 4 years, 3 to 4 years, intensively focusing on that. So we've brought to you some quite startling and contrasting paradigms within the realm of which you live. Yes, we have, and I'm aware of that. We've successfully managed to establish and move forward, grow, develop, and prove via testimonials, your testification, and Facebook and the .com, the 3 primary realms there that we use. And we don't need to blow our own trumpet. I'm not being arrogant. I'm just saying that we can back up what we claim and what we say. And if we can't back it up, we won't claim or say it. And it's working well. I can't express my excitement, okay? And I'm very calm. Look at me, the GANs is definitely helping my biorhythms manage if I didn't meditate and alter my diet and whatever, this would not be a cast as it is now. It would be scatty, and perhaps I'd be telling you everything. I wouldn't be able to control the happiness, excitement, emotion, gratitude to Kevin and brother G, that being Graham, not G Star from the other side of the .com. But rest assured, what we are going to deliver, and give it away, give it away, give it away now, give it away, give it away. That's Kev's idea for the intro for the cast, the podcast, and our chats and updates that Kevin and I do. It was on about singing the theme tune, writing the theme tune, you know, and getting a theme tune on for what we do. And I like that, Kev. Not so much maybe to advertise that band, but just as the expression of a feeling. We're going to give it away, all right? And we're going to give it away big time. And this is because it needs to be done, and it needs to be given to you in black and white. So what I can tell you is he's uploaded a document on Facebook with a what? Locally embedded agents, ears up. Oh yes, agents, shills, trolls, get ready. We got a document from the revenue of the inland, the private corporation known as the UK Inland Revenue, and they've put in a paragraph there some very, very damning words for the other side, for their side, for the acts and statutes, for the Whitehall and Westminster legislation that's mandated upon persons, legal persons, by default, via presumption and assumption, somewhat tacit, silent acquiescence, ignorance of, the realm and us and soul. So what that verbiage says is that it says that as you have applied for income-based credits, you have admitted to being a person. What? That's right. I did a cast on Facebook not so long ago in splspro.com Facebook for an update on persons and legalness, entities, natural man, natural person, legal person, corporations of rights and everything like that. This is the basic 101. If anyone's struggling on this, then we are in big trouble, because where we're about to go, you're going to need your person, and you're going to need to operate them effectively. So the admission is what we'll call it, from the UK Inland Revenue. It is a document on Facebook on the public domain for you to go and get now if you haven't already seen it. And that's something that Kevin's come by and thought he'd share. That's not necessarily a document from Kevin itself. That's just something we have in our resource vault, literature library, and we thought we are duty bound. Kevin thought he was duty bound to present that for all to consider, in light of what we brought about Lorraine Kelly of March 2019 and the tax bill, persona, mask, legal entity. Yes. It's all very relevant. It does tie in with the biblical chapters and verses, and you can use that to your defence. The insurance policy, that being the person. So we have a document flying around the public domain of March 2020 that's from the Inland Revenue, saying that just because you filled in a form, or because you filled in a form, not just because you've submitted, all right, you've tapped out in the ring, you say I give up, you submit, you tap out, and you give up your rights. Okay, so I'm not telling, this isn't my rules, this is land, okay, and what go on here is you submit that, and what's happened? Yes, it's gone of the right. So you submit nothing. You may file, you may correspond, you may notice. So that is one thing. We have other news about language, language, and how the styles and the communication reference language in letters from agencies in the commercial capacity, never mind your negative and double negative, and what we've gone on deeper with the syntactic structures and the analysis of that. This language is, if ever you've read a 1 or 10 page document, a notice letter regarding benefits, I remember back in the day, they repeat everything, but it's not understandable. It doesn't really make sense. It's not in our, conscious to comprehend it easily. they have a way of writing. You know what I mean if you've dealt with this state services. They're not very easy to understand. They overcomplicate things, and often things are wrong, and you get 3 copies of each thing just to be sure. Well, there was at least 2, except on Gyro Day back in the day, which was second class post that used to come about 12 o'clock. And if you got the 12 o'clock, remember that. If you're old school like me, you'll remember the second post, the brown envelope, you sign on 2 days later, and it had come through the door on the second post. And if that second post come and there was no envelope there, I just thought I'd go back in past for dads and mums out there in the scribe land of initiates and sovereigns. So we have case and point reference to languages used, how they should use that language, what they do when they use that language, and what happens if they continue to do that. Now we have the case file. So that's point 2. I've told you 2 bits of news there, events and factualities, of which we will put into, what dare I say, a template letter with regards to references. So any one of you can use it now or later should you need to, and we will word it in such a way that it will always be up to date, and then it will be upon the agent that you send it to tell you that that isn't so, and to update you accordingly. So you don't really need to do a lot here. I've had some chats with brother Kev today and yesterday, and yes, we're both excited. I believe a man called Graham will be equally excited. There is a lot of power about to be returned to your hands. Essentially, you're going to get the armory that we've promised you in the form of these references that are in the public domain for you to go and double check. Plus, we're going to give you more, and then we are obviously going to the private. We are all in the private, you know, private, not military private, just the status private, essentially, but we're considered public. That will change very, very shortly. But this cast with Kev that we're going to have, I urge you to watch out for notifications. I will put a status up letting you know when on the community page. Not a problem. We've got lots to consider, lots to do. So the fist icon, pacifists, imagine that, passing a fist, normally a fist of fury, the fist of, you know, bumping fists to say hello. And I just thought that was nice to get a message from. I was out in the back garden having a cigarette and meditating somewhat. If you can do that, I don't think you can, but you know what I mean. I was chilling out and had a blank mind. I was looking at the tapestry of the sky, the luminaries and such, and yeah, it just came to me in a random set of thoughts as I was mulling over the day's events. And I'm obviously out there at the house at 8 a.m, back at 6 p.m-ish, and I had some time to consider, and I'd done that, and I blanked my mind, and I was just chilling. And yeah, I was studying the moon and the surrounding alignments of stars and planets and luminaries, wondering, calculating. I'm not, you know, an expert at this, but it is fascinating if you look up, and you do carry on looking up, and you know certain bits and constellations and stars and times and houses, and yeah, Claudio Santos and others, sun and moon. We thank you for that knowledge you have helped us correlate and grasp. So the pacifist is somebody who doesn't like to fight. It's like a conscientious objector. It's like, what else is there now? The civilly inactive, to be civilly inactive, to be non-violent, conscientious objector, pacifist. There are many words, really. There are more than that to describe. And yeah, just fist bumping. In times of coronavirus, you don't really want to be shaky hands everywhere, do you? I'm not trying to credit it or deny it. I'm just saying that if there are bugs around, it's more hygienic to bump a fist. The fist icon was chosen because it said "Be your own hero" on it. It had nothing to do with pacifist or non-violence or anything like that. But as we are, you know, going into the importance of each word, the language, the status, the capacity, the style, you know, the grammar, and the implied meaning and definition, the etymology, you're going to get a lot of information summarized, comprehensive, articulated, reference, citatable references, and case and point, which will boost at least 1 million to 2 million on from now immediately into the next year. We've got some brilliant revelations, and I'm going to let the man himself do that, because he's such a legend and a lovely man. I know you'll all like it with the duo on the scene, and then I'll hand over to Big Kev, and he can let you know the rest of the announcement. So I'll look see who's in, see what go on, and what you're saying. Martin, hello there. Anders, love these shows. We love you. I've given a GANS bracelet out to somebody in Birmingham. I'm going to send some of the GANS that Anders has donated to the trust. Well, Anders and a horror master, the Keshe Foundation, and others. And we will start getting reviews. Yeah, I'll be doing that tomorrow. Putting it on the .com, Facebook, and on here you'll get a message or a video. So thank you, Freeman. Hi to all. If you go, what is my person listed as on Facebook? What account do I manage, and what is its identification? First name Sovereign, last name Jeremita, and you put that in, you'll be able to find me with the icon. So that's the account that I manage under Sovereign Jeremita. That's my legal person there for the Facebook domain. You'll find, if you go to splspro.com and you see the blue F, I think it's in the top right hand corner, you can click that and go to the Facebook realm and the Facebook group. And if you go to YouTube, somewhere on YouTube there's a link that's got a Facebook link, and I've updated some of the About Us, and I think if you click that it should take you to Sovereign Jeremita directly, the About section on Indie. Alright, why, what's go on, Freeman? What do you have in mind? Not that I'm adverse of being digital friends and virtual friends, brothers. We're already clans, mans and fam, so is there anything in particular is what I'm asking. A statutory person with obligations bound by statutes and acts. Thank you, yes. Submit to social contracts which the public are collectively obligated to perform. Only a person, not a man, can receive benefits. That's right, we have instruments to implement, and we've got confused, as Brother David of the Ike clan put it. Spirituality, soulfulness is like the spaceman and needing a spacesuit. Just bear with me, all right, FE fam. I'm quoting Ike. I'm not here to divulge the realm and etc. You know my standpoint on that. Spacemen on the moon, they need to wear a spacesuit to survive. And he was on about the linkage between the spirits and the soul, and what we have lost, the connection of our higher self. And how we've become grounded, subdued, and the totalitarian tiptoe has taken us for a ride. And he says it's almost like if you was up there for a while and you started to think you was the spacesuit and not the man in the spacesuit. So what we've had happen to us, our forefathers, and bearing in mind the battles that we've had for rights and land masses of this Great Britain, Great Britain, and now we are here with the UK, and what's happening legally. So the instruments that we've learned to implement, that we were told once to get rid of in the days of John Harris, fam, we were told you just return it, and perhaps you can return it for credits and going to the private, and bonds and whatnot settled, and that's not a problem if there's alternatives for non-civil activities. Provisions for civil inactivity. So yeah, your civil, commercial, the person, autumn, good vibes. Yes, Lise, I'll be getting in touch with you tomorrow, or maybe later and tomorrow via email. Reference GANS. Alright, I like how you say alright, Simon. You're the only scribe, and I'm not singling you out. I like it that you type it as you would say it. Alright, how you doing? Yes, because I've met you, I can hear you saying it in my head as well. Such a lovely man. Every scribe that I've met so far has not disappointed and been brilliantly lovely. if lovely is a right word, excellent, sovereign, of steel stature. It's been amazing. I'm glad I've met so many of you and chatted to you, and I thank you all. Albert, how do? Freeman, respect. Anders, David, did you announce Sebastian on show tomorrow? No, I did not announce Sebastian. Thank you for reminding me. Legendary Anders of the Argentina realm or clan. We are having a chat with Sebastian, aren't we? We've arranged that. There's so much going on. It really is. It really is radio rental. I have it written down, and I would have noticed it tomorrow on my cork board in the temporary office in the back of Anne-Marie's kitchen there. We're chatting to Sebastian. This is another scientist man, Swedish, from the, where Anders is in Sweden. That's what I'm saying. Swedish clansman with Anders there. I dare say he will be with on the chat. So we'll be going live tomorrow afternoon. I'll have Anders and Sebastian on the other line, and we'll have a chat. And he does quite a bit. Have you said anything else, Anders? If not, I will just quickly. Right, no. Hello to JJ, and that's it. Yeah, I just saw JJ. Sebastian, when I said on one of the other casts, there's a man out there that's got a Victor Schauberger carafe. I wasn't having a giraffe, a laugh. Yes, it was in his gaff, and Anders is explaining to me many things. So science coming tomorrow, and also they do quite a bit with rights and what should we say, enforcement of the natural man and the natural man's rights there. Not the natural person, not anything to do with a person, man and naturalness, natural man's rights. That's not their Swedish movement name or anything. That's just how I'm explaining it. The man Sebastian will be on, possibly, hopefully, with Anders side by side, and I will be going for an hour or two from about, what did we say? Yeah, I've got an appointment at 9:30. And what time did we say, Anders? You can WhatsApp you later, or we'll message and just double check. I'm in a different room, so I can't see the board of where it's written. So I'm excited about that. Another new mind consciousness, thousands of miles away, on the same wavelength, into being a self-initiate, self-governing, sovereignty. He knows himself, know thyself inside and out. He can command the language, he can command the law, and he's got a scientific mind there, as Anders has, as I have, and as about 80 to 95% of my demographic of watchers have got, which is what makes this bond even more. The bond between us is ever growing stronger. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of musical renditions I can put in, but yeah, tomorrow we'll be sorting that out. Let's go back to the comments. Albert's put some links in. What are they for? The .com and SPO's Pro. Number 9. Are you joking me? I didn't know there was a 9. That appeared, or what? 9's one of my favourite numbers next to 11. 3. So, thank you, Albert. Yes, I wasn't slagging John Harris off. I was just comparatively speaking at the birth certificate of birth. We didn't have the words equity and trust flying around as much as we do now. I got onto the initial path through watching him at the constitutional talk there. Reality is an illusion. Me and Serge paid homage to him and did a video entitled, wow, I can't even remember, but it's all an illusion, and then we carried on. We didn't put reality. We think it's all an illusion, and then we did a little bit more, and we talked about, and we had some books out and stuff, and that was just, you see the look on our faces, and Brother Serge, how he commands and knows, and this is what I mean. You don't mess around, none of you. So John Harris, R.I.P. number 1. Number 2, thank you, and for everything, and for motivation, managing man's self-esteem, many things, encouragement, overall being the, you know, the winning factor, truth. So yeah, I wasn't saying anything other than it's very, very good. In 2020, when we're talking from that constitutional talk, was that about 2012 or something? 14, 12. Yeah, so in the last 8 years, it's been like a jet stream. Finally, finally, it's happened to me. I've brushed my teeth, just cannot hide them. Sorry. He's a sovereign pilot. He's got a scientific mind, though. If he's managing to sort out Victor Schauberger carafes that can, you know, manage and hold water. So thank you for the correction, though. It's much like we're not Phoenicians then, but we all speak, we all listen. You know, some people dance, listen, speak, sing, so they command the language. You use your ears to hear phonics. Phonics is sound, so everybody is a Phoenician. Not everybody, the deaf and dumb would be excluded because they're out of that realm, you know, and stuff. So we are kind of scientists in our own right there, but yeah, thank you, Anders. Frankenskai's the movie, Bosch and Hello P9. Schnarf, schnarf. Yeah, we have put some comments on. If you go to Justinian Deception video, to the title 2020 and the one before the birth certificate with Rohan, I haven't seen that one yet. You'll see that Indy's put some comments asking Romley out in the public there if I can host him with Santos on here, or if he's interested. That come initially from FPV Angel, and he had been commenting with Romley on the Justinian Deception. On the last video, I said go to the Glosser channel and look for 2020 video and look for the one just previous to that. And I've put the same comment on 2 videos as Indiglo. And yes, my instruments have been laid down for consideration. So I've tried to make contact with Romley, and I would like to get those 2. I believe he's Australian, isn't he? Together with Santos for an hour and 90 minutes, 120 minutes, and get those 2, much like the Santos and Jordan. Yeah, Santos and Eddie Bravos, what? So yes, if you can back up on that and go to Justinian Deception on Tube, JJ and Fam, and look for Indy's comments and see where Indy's put about FPV, Sun and Moon, Santos, and then I've tried to just lay the ground to say I'm not just somebody who wants to have a chat. I'm somebody who wants to facilitate a Jedi warrior lawful mind meld, of which the quantum realm has been waiting for the last millennia. So this is somehow Santos and Romley need to. It would be good for us. This is a selfish thing, but they're out there doing the rounds and the work and the speaking and the teaching and the proclamations of, like I am. So I am duly obligated to fulfil ideas. So we happen to be talking about FPV as he just miraculously appeared. And as he appeared, he brought messages of such things from Glosser, referencing Romley and Santos. Can we make it happen? So me being me, I got on it and says, yeah, we can try. I've tried to get in touch with Romley many a time. I'm not saying that he hasn't got in touch with me because of any other reason. Maybe he's not seen it, he's so busy. I know how it is, you miss things. It's easy to miss. So now, instead of emailing and messaging and tagging and etc., I put a comment there as FPV says he'd been chatting and commenting, and we should try and make it happen. We owe it to the fam. I says yes, let's do it. So if you can go into the channel there, the Glosser, for where Romley and Rowan are, and look for the comments and see if you'd like to perhaps in the near future have a podcast with and watch. We'll see what comes out of that. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, eh? I will watch that birth certificate manual and so forth. Hocus pocus, bish bash bosh, spelling, yes. Wash in the daytime. In the daytime, that's the time. Anders, what time we're chatting with Sebastian? In the daytime. Yes, we are. I remember it now. It's alright. Yes, P. How we doing? Schnarf, schnarf. And his comment is under this video. You're on fire. Look at you go. Thank you very much, P9. I owe you. Warriors are united. Yeah, that's it. Warriors. War, I, ors. It ends in ORS. I like that word for that reason. But I'd say we are protectors. The alphas, the male, the omegas, the sisters. Certain ones of you have got sight beyond sight. So we have information, we have case and point to bring to you. We're going to have an excited Kevin, all right, and we're going to have a lot of thousands of mans that we can help. When I say we have some information, I don't know if he's already released it on Facebook. You'll have to check around and about, and possibly on the .com. There may be preview releases there on the .com. I will check. I've been that busy. It is really, when I say it's busy, it is busy. There will be more chats and interviews. I've got a brother called Lyndon from South Africa coming on, talking about water. We got Sebastian tomorrow. Andy of the Divine Clan is waiting for me and Kev to line up a date so me, Andy, and Kev, or Kev, Andy, and I. And a guest. I think he's on about bringing a guest, but I don't want to say in case that guest isn't there. So there could be 4 of us there happening. Lyndon, Sebastian, Santos, and Romley. I want to go on People for People radio and chat with Jordan and Santos in the future, and Santos has said sure. Oh wow. When I said this year is going to be massive, it is the end. The misery, pestilence, fear, sorrow and heartache has been lost, and when we next go and cast live with Kev, you will find out how and why, and we will stand by that statement. Yeah, so excellent. The warriors, the alphas and the omegas, the protectors, the blessors, like when somebody sneezes, one of them, it says bless you, or do you just carry on and leave it? Even if it's a stranger, I'll say bless you. Madness, isn't it? Bless you. Why bless? It's just a sneeze. What are you expelling that's godly or ungodly? So bless you, scribes, bless you, initiates, self-scholars, mar-stars, par-stars, ra-star, far, I, and I, nurturers, speakers, seers, all of you, crystals, rainbows, light workers, the 3-letter syllable, fam and clan, ADHD, and the hyperactivity and the anxiety and the etc. You're going to get bestowed some fortunate information, and we've already bestowed quite a bit and articulated more than enough. So this will shatter the realm, and I'm not blowing anybody's own trumpet except Kev's here. This is Kev's trumpet, and I'm blowing it across my tube channel to you. We give love and thanks once more for the give it away now off brother Kev and brother Graham and others that have assisted and fed back either via these chats and the information, the testimonials and testifications, the praise and the grumble, which there hasn't been much grumble as you've seen, and via the .com and the forums and the ongoing continuous improvement with the protocol that we use to manage the persons and remove the liabilities. And yeah, thank you. Blessings, because without this, it'd be pretty much one-sided and boring. And it's nice to see, dare I say, it's not democracy in action, it's law in action. And for the first time amongst ourselves, we are privately managing a great many things. I am amazed to see. We're not on the top of everything, but we're in a lot better place. I know the Brexit and the floods and the germs. So, GANS has come along. The universe is rewarded. I'm not making any claims to GANS, not yet. But we will be making more claims soon, and we'll be basing them on testimonials and proof and substance over form, not scatty videos, claims and accusations and locally embedded agents doing what they do best. So yes, the agents aren't going to be happy, and they're going to be running back to the offices, going, cannot believe it, and we'll see what happens after this gets echoed out. So stand by. fam and clan. We have some articulations, some brilliant revelations to give to you via Kevin when he's next free. I've got quite a lot of work to do, as I said. Little claim there upon my driver for personal injury to manage, and being a witness for my driver. I think that took the insurance company back a bit. What do you mean? They asked if there was any witnesses, and I said yes, I am a witness. And she said, can you be a witness? I said, I can be a witness for my driver. And the lady on the insurance company says, I'll put you through to the underwriters. And I went to speak to the underwriters, and I explained that I was travelling on my own and there was been a colliding of panels, and we need to get it sorted, and I'm legally obliged and complied with the Road Traffic Management Act and all legal and codified and lawful obligations. This lady didn't know whom I am, so imagine if you scrape me and I'm in the clear, I have evidence to say I'm in the clear, and then you claim against me and you put in a PI claim against me. I was in first gear negotiating a narrow lane on my own, travelling, and then somebody's, it looks like, on purposely or through undue care and attention, I'm not sure, has ended up taking a little skim out the panels at 10 miles an hour through a narrow stretch of the highway there. And so accordingly we got out, and I immediately started taking photos and doing what I do best and getting the evidences and positionings and damages and exchanging of. And now it turns out that there's been a PI claim, personal injury, that is, everyone, for scraping at 10 mile an hour. Wow. Against someone who's we'll say paralegal for now, and an advocate at law, paralegal state of mind, mentalism, and they tried to put in a claim. So I explained to the insurance company that, and this will do for others, I'm not just blowing the horn for me. I haven't got much time. I could be doing without this, but I'll let you know. It may help you if you're on your own and you want to be a witness for your driver. So the insurance company, I explained everything, and they've got the photos, and they wanted to know if there was any witnesses, and I said yes, I will be a witness for my driver. I can give you, I'll put on file a sworn affidavit, plain summary of facts, statement, summarisation of plain facts, verified ones, and I says that will be autographed by I and sent to you forthwith. I said it's a lawful document, it's acknowledged in UK, and it stands in England and Wales courts, Great Britain, etc. I will get that to you. And she says, and you're going to be the witness for your driver? I said, when you read the note, the affidavit, you'll understand how I can be a witness for my driver. I'm not willing to tell you over the phone now because you're not legally trained as such like that. So she says, no, we've not really had this before, but I'm willing to look at it. So yes, they can be willing. It's what the law allows, and policy and protocol. So interesting state of affairs management. Furthermore, I was talking with Kev yesterday, and this morning at 12 a.m. actually, if you want to know the truth, we was working. What Kev and I, quite a lot of you will do, is help others and put your own jobs last. We helped everybody that we could, and then we had to move on to our jobs, and me and Kev was working on a project for him till 12 a.m. this morning. Oh wow, so life is fast, life is busy. We'll pick up the pace and we'll catch up with everybody. I'll see your comments there. They like planned recordings. Easy, Al. I've spoken, I think, to Rohan before via email. That's all right. We'll do planned recordings. That's fine. We just got to comment and make contact. And then once we get a comment back and a yes, then we can go via email. So if you can back up and say, see you later, P. Nice one. Thank you, sister. I'll see you soon. I'll be in touch via the Hangouts chat app. All right. Jesus. Walkies. Oh, Jones is playing games, look. Yeah, we'll sort that. We're willing to plan that. All right. Nice one. Thank you, Anders. Let's go. Anything else you want to chew the fat over or talk about? If not, I'm going to get off, and you'll be hearing from us in due course. Watch for the posts and the links. I need to make some calls. Tea, scran. Yeah, it is a bit grey and gloomy. Get out there before it rains. We will speak again soon. I will be in touch with everybody else tomorrow afternoon that's awaiting replies. And as soon as Kev's available, I'll let you know, and we'll crack on. All right, so ciao for now, and much love. Thank you, scribes.